Speaking of shit you just couldn't believe, the co-host, or one of the co-hosts, I don't know what you call them, of the
God
Steve
damn
Harvey
it.
Morning Show was recently in the news because her boss made her go on the show and do what we've all been waiting for her to do for about a year or so. I don't know, it felt like a year. But the show I'm talking about is the Steve Harvey Morning Show. And the particular co-host I'm speaking of is Shirley Strawberry. She's not a fictional person. I swear to you guys, she's real. Not a Dr. Seuss character or anything. So Shirley Strawberry segment on on this show, her contribution is to read a letter about the personal, private matters of an individual, their life circumstances, what they're going through, spousal problems, parental problems, children problems, all that shit. This past week, she had to do a particular letter that she has been avoiding for the better part of a year. Um, Currently, she is going through a little turmoil in her life. Her husband has been in jail since last July, July before last, because the last July was this last July, July 2022. He's been in jail since then for charges miscellaneous. Right?
Damn.
Yeah.
What?
I was just I'm finna shut the fuck up because I have a whole tangent locked and loaded. When is this July? Not this July no more. Cause it's certainly not this July ain't fucking next year's July. So
I
this is
know.
still this July.
Calendar year.
Next July is 2024.
But I'm
This
saying
past
it
July is 2023. Last July is 2022.
This July is 23.
right. This July is still this July. Well to later. So when you just said this last July wouldn't be when you said last July, you were correct. Cause this
Oh,
last July ain't last July, that's this July.
okay,
It's
cool.
still
So
this July. That's why I shut up, because I had a whole tangent locked and loaded. See, I tried. I
I'm
tried.
with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. But July 22, he's been locked up since then. Anyway, she's been avoiding talking about this shit. She ain't said a mumbling word about it. Everybody done talked about it. Everybody been talking about how speculating that this man got a mistress that lived next door to his wife that he stayed with, and the wife stayed by herself, and they keep it together that way. Um, it is there's been a lot of rumor. She's addressed none of it until recently because some of the um, some of the tapes have started to surface of her conversations with her husband um, while he's been locked up. And if you think that the damning things or the more detrimental things would be something about his case or about something between the two of them that was discovered, you'd be wrong. The most damaging thing, the 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 catalyst for her coming out and finally speaking publicly about this were several innocuous comments that she made about her boss and her boss's wife that we have all said about people that we love and hold near and dear to us. But when we privately talking to our spouse, our loved one, we doing what we would call pillow talking,
Hold the phone. What she say before you say that we all shit?
it's a little different. And I got it. I got it. Hey, look, because I listened to it and I got timestamps.
Yeah, that is a pending we all because I often find that I'm different than these motherfuckers. So I ain't gonna espouse to that we all shit until I hear what this bitch said.
Yeah, because I
Okay,
have
cool.
no clue what's going on.
Hey, look. So if our producer can bring up one of those videos I put in the chat, um, I think if you were to go to phone call number 6. Oh, remember number 5. Phone call number 5. Um, this is the phone call that got her in the hot water with her boss. Personally, I didn't see much. I didn't see much to have an issue with. But go ahead and hit play. I want to hear what I got to hear where they talk where they at to let you know where to start playing at.
Strawberry, co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show's husband was arrested for fraud or whatever.
I'm back to share some clips I've compiled of Shirley and Ernesto talking about Steve Harvey, his wife
Skip to
Marjorie,
about
and their luxurious
minute and
home.
50 seconds
You
in.
will hear Shirley describe how she told her boss Steve about Ernesto's situation. You will also hear Steve
And
explain
all
his
that.
offers.
No, I just told Steve yesterday. Tosh was telling me I should tell him and all that stuff. And, she was like, well, he's going to want to know. I said, well, if I don't tell him and he asks me, I'll just tell him because I just couldn't talk about it. I didn't know. I just didn't want to deal with it. I couldn't talk about it. He'll understand. So anyway, I just called him and I told him, and he was all right. He asked me if I needed anything, and I told him no, I was okay. I don't want to ask him for anything money wise, but thank you for offering, and if I do need something, I'll let him know.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what do you have to say about the whole situation?
He didn't have too much to say. He just said, find out everything that I could, and depending on the outcome, I got to start moving forward with my life. And I said, yeah, I know. I'm gonna start looking for a place on Monday. I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
right. Okay. Okay. So that means that he's saying that I'm guilty. That's basically what he's saying.
Well, no, he didn't say that. No, he didn't say that. He just said that you gotta, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. You just gotta make sure you're got your stuff together, and you still gotta move forward. That's all he said. He didn't say you were guilty. He didn't say any of that.
Oh.
I mean, he might feel that way, but that's not what he said.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
And it's, I mean, I said it's okay. If the truth will come out. The truth will come out.
Right. 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 I mean, I've seen all that. I've seen your boss go through a lot of shit too. Still standing. I've definitely seen.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't being judgmental. He didn't judge or anything. Not to my face, anyway. I've never gone through anything like this before, ever. Ever. My name in the papers associated with crimes and all this kind of stuff.
Your
You
name in the
know,
paper. Put your name in the paper at.
I mean, not the papers, in the news, okay?
Where is that at? I ain't seen that.
Oh, okay, on Facebook last night, it was on there, co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Okay.
Husband was arrested. Shirley Strawberry, co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show's husband was arrested for fraud or whatever.
Okay, so you say on Facebook. Facebook what?
What do you mean Facebook? Well, I don't know. It was on Facebook. One of those shows. Somebody had it on Facebook.
Oh,
We
okay. So
we
let me
saw
go
it
look at
last
that.
night.
Oh, you saw it last
We
night.
saw we
So,
saw it
so
last
he worried
night.
about what they
It's
think.
on there.
Oh, is that it?
No, what he was
Come
trying to
on
do
now.
was
Come on
mitigate
now.
what
No,
people
let me
think,
honestly,
saying
if
fuck
it's
what
really
people
honest,
think,
because
but
you know
he
what,
saw she was
you
getting
gotta retract
irritated, so
all
he
that.
backed off
Yes,
like a
it's
good
really
friend.
out there. My cousin in Chicago called me and said, she saw something on the internet. Is it true? Somebody else called me and said that it was in Maryland. Yeah, it's out there.
Oh,
I
Better
think it
tell
was
the
on.
motherfucker
Somebody
mind their
said it was
business,
on
bitch.
CNN. I don't know because I didn't see it on CNN. But my cousin called me out of the blue and said that it's out there in Chicago. So what I'm saying is that it's out
You can
there.
tell he waiting for a
It's
chance to be
difficult.
irate friend.
But I mean, I'm not dead or anything like that. But it is difficult. That's all I'm telling you. It is difficult. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying, This is it is what it is.
I'm not saying it's your fault, but
Well,
it's hard when
like I
I'm
said,
dealing
I'm
with
good.
you
I ain't
being
mad.
arrested for
I got
fraud.
past the mad part. I ain't mad no more. Nothing no more.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I ain't none of that no more. I see what's going on. They put me on TV. They trying to fish for something. They ain't got shit. So it is what it is. You trying to put me with people that I don't even know nothing about. So it
Yeah.
is what it is. I mean, it's
Wait,
simple. It's
is she talking about this
anybody
nigga in
want
the
to think
third
this or
person?
that.
Well, people don't,
Nah, he started talking about his case.
think about people that, there are a lot of haters out there in the world too. It's not
Oh
common
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
People
Yeah.
want to see you fail. People want to
I
see you
want to
go
say if
down.
he guilty.
I only told
You,
Steve
motherfucker.
and that's only because they said co-host of
Steve
the
know
Steve
something?
Harvey Morning Show. They put his name in it.
Oh, that's why. Well, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, I mean, it's okay, whatever. Even if I didn't do anything, it's still whatever.
Right.
I have a right to handle this how I handle it.
Now you do. You
I,
definitely do.
and it's a lot. If I don't feel like talking about it, I don't feel like talking about it. Period. I don't. I mean, there are enough people out there, I'm sure, that are running their mouths. It was all on my Instagram. I had to cut my Instagram off.
All right, so how did this mixtape
It
drop?
was that deep.
Are you kidding me? Yes.
Wow. So
This the prison phone call.
Well, yeah, I had to turn the comments off
Yeah,
and
but it
all of
still
that.
had to be
Yeah.
released by somebody.
Oh, okay.
1090
I
Jake.
got you.
They public record.
Wow.
1090 Jake.
Okay then. Well,
That would be relevant
Yeah,
if I had
because
put
there was
them other articles in
really
there.
horrible things,
about me and you.
just hurtful things. Yeah, very hurtful, very damaging. All of that. Just hurtful things, very hurtful,
Wow.
mean, mean things.
Damn.
So I just cut it off.
Damn.
Who showed you all that, Tosh?
Hey, it ain't shit
Yeah,
he
but
can
I
do.
do it
He
because
just behind
Right.
bars.
yeah, I found one because she
Damn.
was looking, but I wasn't looking for it, but I knew they were on there. I already knew because that's what people do. They go to your social media and make comments.
I got some very interesting questions to ask when
how
this
you
shit is
boss
over with.
saying he ain't seen you in 3 years, so how you feel?
He saw me in Dubai, but yeah, he was fine.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, he was fine. He just has a lot going on, a
Like
whole lot.
Like everybody else.
Yeah, but but when you got that kind,
See what?
I said when you got that kind of money, it's a whole lot. A lot of people work for them,
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and
out.
fast forward from here till about
man.
the 9-minute mark, real
I
quick.
can imagine that. I certainly can.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a lot. Yeah, I mean, but like you say, everybody has a lot going on on their own level.
That is true.
I getting winded going up those stairs. He was really
winded.
He was really out of breath.
For real?
Yeah.
What's the part he got mad about?
What about them pills he talking about you gonna get?
They weren't pills. It's like a superfood powder. It's not. I thought it was pills too. I wish it was because it'd be easier to take. But this is like, sometimes I take those powders and put them in the blender with ice. That's what this is.
Oh, does it work?
I don't know. I just got it yesterday.
Did he say it worked for him?
Yeah, he said it worked. He said you won't have any inflammation and all that because my knees really hurt.
You gonna be able to walk up and down the stairs?
I do it every day, 10 times a day. I may not be as fast. Yeah, I may not be as fast as I was. But yeah, I push myself. I make myself do it.
Okay,
What is that? I have nothing left to contribute, Chuckle.
Okay, all right, man. I forgot about that. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I still have quick reflexes. Don't be fooled.
Okay.
Still have quick reflexes, yes.
Okay, all right then. But then that's good. That's good.
You know what? They have Marjorie has her own spa, her own workout
Here we
room,
go.
and her
Thought I said
own
9 minutes.
spa.
Thank you.
And she could go in there and get massages every day. People come to her house and and work her out and all of that. I was like, oh God, what a dream.
Does she look old though? Does she look like she's getting old?
No, I haven't seen her, but she looks good on her pictures.
Oh, she ain't there?
No, she's not there. If she was there, we probably wouldn't have been all over the house. But done it. No, he's scared.
Damn, sure right. God, what you say? He's scared. Golly.
All of that. Yeah, but yeah, he's everything. I knew I wasn't supposed to be in there, but he brought us in, so I said okay. But I mean, I'm glad he did because it gives you a chance to dream. It's like, wow, have a sauna in your house, have a steam room. All the things that you go outside of the house to do. Not that, but things like that I would love to have inside, so I wouldn't have to go outside for those. Like get my hair done, get my nails done, get a massage. People come to you. Yeah, yeah, and then she gets in these little you've seen these chambers where people get in. Like remember they used to talk about Michael Jackson having that tube like thing he
Hyperbolic
used to get
chamber
in.
is the word
Yeah.
she's looking
Oh,
for.
damn.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. I remember that.
like yeah, she's got stuff like that in her
I'm
in
here to
her
help you,
spot, which
Shirley
is really
and
cool.
Ernesto.
What did chamber
So
do?
yeah, I guess it helps your skin, stay tight, and like it's light therapy, that ultraviolet light.
Damn.
It helps. Yeah, I mean they got it's really
This nigga
cool
can't
the
even walk
things
to the
that they
goddamn gas
have.
station, but hearing about
It's like, man, I
Gladys
would
down the
love
street
to have
house
stuff like
with a
that,
sauna in it.
to be able, like for my knees, for example, just go in there, get a massage, get my knees work
That's the
done,
sound of a
all of that.
scared
They got
nigga
all
finna
of that kind
ask
of
her
stuff.
for a
Like
favor for another
Shirley,
Oh,
in,
I
oh,
for
he
another
definitely,
requested come
inmate.
to the house.
definitely.
It's just really cool. They got money. They got money. They got money.
But does he use that stuff or he just look at it?
He got a big, gigantic gym, like
Hey
like
baby, click over and
huge,
make
with
this
all
call for me.
kinds of state of the art equipment. I mean, I'm not
Ask
working
for
out, but at least
Regina,
I'm walking.
and
I
then
wasn't
mute the
winded
phone.
going up those stairs. I tell you that. He was breathing like,
Hey, then mute
For
the
real?
phone.
yes, yes.
Damn. But
I
he got
know.
all that stays all that stuff in there and doing all that.
Yeah, he was really. I was really surprised about that. That when he walked up those stairs, he was very winded, very winded.
But he smoked a cigarette too, though. See.
Yeah, he smokes cigars, and I don't know if he does cardio. I think he just lifts weights and stuff. I don't know if he does cardio. You
Nigga
got to
skipping
do
leg
something for
day,
your
Steve
heart.
Harvey.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to do that now. Damn.
Yeah. So yeah, he was very winded. So last night when I got home, I came home about 4 something. I lied down from about 5 to 6 or something, like no 6 to 7, and then I got up and walked. I was like, I don't want to be winded like that.
I ain't trying to
And
be
I'm
no
3
Steve
years
ass
older
nigga.
than he is.
Damn.
Hmm.
Other than the house,
Damn.
Big ass. I know he did.
other than the house, I'll be
Yeah,
the
Hey,
house,
I'm
but
a,
he
I don't
did.
want to
where's,
be
He's
his
happy that
show,
he
cardio.
is.
show the time on the video real quick, 'cause I
Okay.
think that's
All
about it.
right. Okay.
He
Then.
always invites us over there. We don't never go.
Wait,
Wow.
keep going, keep going, keep going,
Yeah,
keep going, keep going, keep going.
That's good.
because I don't know if she's there, and she's I don't. Nope.
Damn. Wow.
She looks at us as the help. You know.
You did tell me that. That's not a good feeling.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. And that's it is what it is. Whatever.
On the next episode, I'll pick back
Stop
up
it.
on Steve
This is
Harvey.
it. That was the last part.
He said, yeah, we don't like his wife.
That part, and she didn't say I don't like his wife. She said his wife don't like us.
She says like the hell, baby. I know you're talking about Steve Harvey wife right now, but I need you to take this cocaine. This nigga named Marco gonna bring it to you, and I need you to bring it in here on the third Thursday of every month. They gonna kill me, baby. They gonna kill me.
They gonna take me out. Yeah, but we heard the conversation. We heard her remarks about Steve, about his wife. What did y'all think about what she said about them?
They were innocuous. They seem like coworker talk.
Seems like random comments.
Random comments of an 80-year-old lady, because we forget how beautiful she is an 80-year-old lady.
She's damn near 70. She's like 69 years old.
But what the questions I have here, I I'm almost certain she receives a hefty salary. That's one.
It's not a question.
Two, isn't the same woman that lives next door to him and his girlfriend?
This is the story that they said. Yeah, this woman lived next door to her husband and his girlfriend. This is what they said. I don't know if that's true or not. Um, but yeah, that's what was said.
Yeah, this was the woman and this man and her stay next door to each other, and he stayed with his girlfriend and just came home on occasion. This is the couple that we're speaking of. Is that correct?
Correct.
And they losing the house,
House gone already.
and he was fraud.
Mm-hmm.
So what was he doing it for?
They was cocaine, and somebody had cocaine
Hey,
going
hey, hey,
on.
hey, 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 hey! I got you. I got you.
Wait, hold on.
I
Never
asked y'all
mind.
questions specifically.
Allegedly, because
I
Tasha K,
asked y'all questions
Tasha K just
specifically.
got
Y'all
sued
finna go
for.
all off, and it's finna be 9 hours.
Hold on. Let me say allegedly, because Tasha K just got sued for $4 million behind some titty quotes.
Hey,
Alleged cocaine use.
be what it is. I think she got to pay that girl $4 million. It is what it is.
That's what I just said. I don't got it.
That part. So y'all didn't hear anything that y'all would think would cause her to have to get on the radio and start crying and tell the world everything that they've been assuming about her and her life situation because you said that your boss's wife don't fuck with y'all, and the nigga he was out of breath going up the stairs.
Depends on who you set it
Amongst
up.
other things, Stepford wife kind of hated that entire message, but it was innocuous and
No, say how you think she hated? How you think Stephanie's wife hated?
uh coveting their belongings, things of that nature. I don't think she was. Again, I think
What do you
that's a
mean
passive
coveting their
aggressive thing.
belong? When you say
I
that, what
think
does that
that's
mean?
when she was describing every single solitary thing that they have in there, from the saunas to the wet rooms and this and that. I think that's a passive aggressive thing that happens in suburbia, especially between husband and wife, between pillow talk. I think that was just a common occurrence. But
Hey,
I
look,
think the response to that is annoyance and agitation
if you
and,
got good shit,
and embarrassment when it comes out.
if you have good shit, you have nice shit. Wouldn't other people want it? Not necessarily to take yours from you, but
And
like,
that's what and that's why we
oh, you have people to come to do your hair. That is nice. I would like to have that too.
and that's why that's a new issue to us. But to them, that's a suburban tissy. That's why it's a new issue to us. But to them, that's one of those tropish TV Hollywood Sabrina. What the fuck was the name of that shit? Bewitched. That's one of those style of suburbia tropes. But I feel personally, nothing happened. But if I were to follow this storyline, which indeed they all think they're Hollywood actors, but soon finding that they are fucking real human beings, it plays out in suburbia that was a passive aggressive barb by describing what they almost certainly have described time and time again.
Describing what who is what are you? I don't know what you're talking. I I I don't get the I don't get the foul in liking somebody's shit. You bought some nice shit. You bought it for me to look at. You bought it for motherfuckers to say, "Oh, that's nice." And then when motherfuckers say, "Oh, that's nice," it's a problem. You think motherfuckers don't also want nice shit?
Did Steve Harvey accuse her of a dick riding?
No. No,
Why you dick riding me?
what he accused her of is coming in his house, talking down on his wife, talking about his personal shit, and what he said at the end was, "This why I don't let motherfuckers over my house, cause they're gonna run your shit down. Whatever it is you do, you can't win. They're gonna talk about you. You gonna let me in your space, and it's gonna end up biting you in the ass. This is why we don't have people over our house." Which was a statement that I thought was utterly ridiculous. Like, you live a life in which you build and amass these things, only to have them exclusively privately to yourself for fear of motherfuckers talking about them to one another after the fact. You know, Steve got a double door refrigerator in his house. Why you telling my business? That's your business, fam. I'm telling you, you got a Sub-Zero fridge, and that was too much. That was wrong for that.
You know, this nigga Steve got. It's all in how you say motherfucker.
Yeah, but she said the shit like, I would love to have that. I got problems with my knees, and it'd be so nice to have a motherfucker come over and just massage my knee, work my knee out, help me out with this, that, or the third. Come do my hair at the crib and have my own little spa. Like, and then she said it was nice to go see shit like that because it gives you the opportunity to dream and to develop aspirations, which is like a cool thing and also a sad thing when you think about the person saying it. It's cool that it's said. It's cool, yes, to have aspirations and see things to make you strive for better. It's sad when the person that's saying that is 69 years old.
That ain't sad. It's sad when the motherfuckers get put out of their home and they should be making ample amounts of money.
Hey fam, hey fam, hey fam.
You can
It's
always
sad.
want better.
I mean, you should always want better, yes, but it's just it's something about being 69 years old and being that sad. But I don't know. Can we all agree that there was nothing in that phone call that warranted her having to get on the radio and start crying and telling this man that she's so grateful that he didn't fire her?
Definitely not.
I
Okay.
mean, I don't believe so, but I've seen this episode before. I've seen this episode of Dallas. It's like season 4 when JR and them get mad at his neighbors for coming over and fucking talking about at the picnic about a chandelier. Like, I've seen this episode before. Do I believe it's warranted what's going on? No, but it's almost like you can recite what's going to happen next.
Mm, hey, but while we talking about they jailhouse records and the records of one Mr. Ernesto Williams, I found them interesting because I listened to the whole thing all day today. I had it in my ear as I was trying to instruct children. It was
Pause.
it was a tough day.
I felt like more than a pause was needed there.
What? I was listening to this while I was teaching kids.
I had it in my ear
While I
while
was
I was
instructing
instructing
kids,
children.
it was a rough day.
I see. See that. I bet. Anyway, so I was listening to this shit, and I've been on it all day. We about to get into these jailhouse calls real quick because there's 10 of them, and I took notes. So first things first, this man has been locked up about a year. Um, what we have is the calls being released. He has made He has made a total. I ain't gonna do the total because I can't do. Well, I do it. 149 calls, 52 hours. The split is as such. He called his wife 57 times and talked to her for 20 hours. Called his girlfriend 92 times and talked to this bitch for 32 hours.
That's the young hot tender that was never answering that first call. Hey, bitch, you know I'm locked up. Answer the goddamn phone.
Hmm. So, so that is a breakdown of his call log. Who put money on his books? Well, none other than Miss Shirley Strawberry herself. Um, and that brings us to our first call. If you can click that video that says part two and bring us to a minute and 15 seconds, please.
I feel like I spoiled this book by remembering that these motherfuckers was hot to trot. This would have been a motherfucker plot twist for me.
Oh,
Hello?
Hello, sweetheart. How are you?
Oh, this is better. This is a way better jail. Not gonna lie
That is
to you.
good.
That's why I fuck with the crackers. They more
Uh-huh.
organized, and yeah, this is way better. I could go outside by myself, and I can it's caged up, but I can at least see the sun's pretty outside. I ain't seen sun in
Yeah,
2 months.
I know. You told me that. That's crazy. Sheridan went down.
Sheridan, what?
you
He
can go
went
ahead and
down
stop it.
there.
You go ahead and
Oh,
stop it.
what?
I got to the
I
part now
talked.
I wanted to get to.
Nigga
First of
said
all, the indoctrination of Negroes.
Hey, hey, nigga, this is a TikTok trend. It was week one in jail.
Week one in
Yeah,
jail. Week one in jail. Oh my God, this jail is so much better than the other jail. That's why I like white people. This
no,
motherfucker literally said, "This is why I fuck with white people. They jail is just so much better."
no, this nigga said this is after that week one. The week one when he was talking earlier. Hey, ha 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 ha, how she look? Week two, hey, these crackles.
These crackers is on
These
business in
crackers
here.
got it nice over here. Week three,
Yeah.
hey, yo, Shirley, give me a pack of Newports and a 45.
Hmm. Hey, go ahead and go to part three real quick, and then fast forward to 57 seconds. Pull that one on up.
Them folks
Whatever.
is still trying to get at me for nothing.
Yeah. And then so I talked to Lamont, and he said something about there's a woman that they have. He doesn't know her a name, and she's a snitch, and she's trying to set you up, or something like that. So
Absolutely.
yeah. But anyway, so that's
Pastor Susie is
my day's
snitching?
been.
That's today?
Yeah, this happened earlier today. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I said a few days before you get your court date, they're still trying to do something.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
So
Wow.
I guess they don't have anything. So what they do have, in terms of cases, they're trying to, get something out of that.
Wow.
Yeah. So now they call Ty, another big mouth in town.
He's
Wow.
surprised about everything. They're
Wow.
talking
Well,
about.
yeah.
The
They're ta-
number of
I,
people that's about to testify on this
I just said,
thing.
well, I don't know what's going on. I
Everybody's
just,
lining up.
played dumb. I just said, I
yeah.
don't know what's
So
going on. I never confirmed or denied why you're in jail. She didn't seem to be too interested in that. She just said she thought it was a scam. She said, don't worry, I didn't give up any of your information, but I wanted to tell her they have it anyway. They've been had my information.
okay, so that's him talking to his wife. They repossessed her truck while she was
Fam,
getting her hair done.
fam.
Damn.
Week three, these
They
motherfuckers snitching.
repossessed. So
Do you
she
see?
was getting her hair done. They took her truck, came, got that motherfucker, and then told her, "Hey, also by the way, that nigga paid for your ring with a bogus check, and yeah, we gonna need that too." So
Damn.
they told this woman they're going to take her ring. They didn't take it just yet, but they took her truck already. Hey, now that's him with his wife. Fast forward this video to 5 minutes, and y'all just listen and tell me what y'all hearing.
situation on two levels.
But
I'm
tell me
stressing
the
the
level
fact.
thing. Come on.
I'm stressing the fact that you're
Pause it.
locked
Pause it real quick.
already. Like,
Pause
I
it
don't
real
want
quick.
anything bad.
So right now we're hearing him speak to his girlfriend.
Obviously Caucasian woman.
Oh, I
Well,
don't
she
think she
sounds
called.
mad Caucasian.
Oh, I don't think she called. I think she black, man.
Young hot Kendall.
I think that's a sister. But anyway, go ahead and give it a listen, and you tell me what y'all come away with from this interaction.
Bad happen to you. And then, so when you're going through it, I'm going through it because, I'm going through it. So, yeah, and then, I think because how this situation came about that we were friends and, I just didn't really have, because it was like I was able to stop myself because I would just avoid you and I would just feel myself falling and getting all emotionally caught up. I would just like avoid you and be like, oh, I'm good now, I'm good, as long as I don't really see him, because he's talking every day. So as long as I don't see him, I'm good. I can keep the distance, emotional distance from him, you know what I'm saying? Because you got that situation. So it was like, don't like get off. Remember that conversation we had on the bus? And I was like, we should not, because this shit is just, you're not a free agent. So now, my speaking clear for you get what I'm saying, right? But you get what I'm saying, right?
No, because you keep talking in riddles. Like you say, I talk. You keep talking in riddles. Just say what you got to say.
Talking to riddles,
I'm
bitch.
saying it. I just said I
Say what
should.
you're saying.
I've been in a relationship, but I've always had my guard up. I've never, ever, whenever I had to break up with somebody or they broke up with me, I was just never say it. I was just next, on to the next situation. It was just nothing to me.
Okay. So what's the problem here?
So, man, I feel like, like how when I was fucking 17 and I didn't know no better and I slipped up and,
I was 17.
openly
I ain't
liked
know better.
somebody. And I date people, they always say I don't have any feelings and I'm cold, right? Because I'm able to just like bounce and not cry about it, not think about it, not mourn it, just be like, bye. Don't call me. I won't call you. We're good. I'm not mad. He cheated. Whatever he did, you know what I'm saying? We're good,
I need you to come on with this. I need you to come on. Come on now.
If you have the power to emotionally affect me, I'm not comfortable with that because I've never, ever.
But I ain't got no power over you. So
Ernest.
Yeah, but I'm saying I ain't got no power over you. I ain't got no power. I just keep it real. That's it.
Listen.
I got no game.
Yeah,
We just bitches
you
understand my
have the
story.
ability to affect me.
Man, week
I
4.
don't know
Told you
how.
this shit is the episode.
If we stop talking, listen. If we stop
Now
talking
he's
tomorrow,
speaking
I
slang
would be
and
very
shit.
hurt. I would be very stressed.
Hey,
I would be
my
like,
question to y'all is this:
that type of shit.
you can
That's
pause, you can
not
pause,
me.
you can
I
pause
don't
it,
do
you can
that.
pause it. I think we heard enough. We got the gist. I think we got the gist. We got enough. What are y'all hearing here?
I'm hearing her trying to break up with him, but he finna keep her on the leash. He know that he got her.
Mr. Man with no name, what you gathering?
I'm hearing a pimp nigga fourth week in prison. Like again, it shit look like sound like a skit at this point. At first he was all proper, the Harveys.
Hey, your
Then it
joint,
went to
you sound very, very distorted right now. But I get you saying it sound like a pimp. You saying that
no,
he said
he sounded like Braxton at week 1
at
about
first.
the Harveys. And then week 2, that motherfucker got to talk about the crackers. Then week 3, it was a snitch. Now week 4, this nigga talking to his baby mama, hey bitch, I smack you across the top of your lips, ho. What the fuck you mean bring around this motherfucker, ho? Hey, I done already had to deal with that snitch down at the church. Now you won't bring my son up here to see me talking about you gonna leave me, bitch.
And I can still reach you even while I'm back here. My
You
name
know who
is
the
my
fuck I
name.
am?
Is that
I'm Enoch. Have you ever seen Enoch from the Bible, bitch?
Hey, I couldn't figure out who was running game on who. All it sounded like to me was the extended album cut of I ain't never did nothing like this before. That's what it sounded like. I ain't never been this emotional about nobody before. It's all you, daddy. It's just yours, and this is you just got me so out of my normal character because I'm just so sprung over you. By the way, is you still gonna be able to pay my phone bill this month? That's what it sounds like to me, personally.
And she thinks she drawing the line out so she can reel him in for a little bit of bread.
Oh yeah, I think her entire operation right now is break this nigga. I think her entire operation before this has been break this nigga. That's what I'm thinking.
And she's
But
still trying to break this nigga from jail.
yep. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe she's not trying to break this motherfucker. Maybe she is actually legitimately into him. I don't believe it, not for a second. But hey, that is what it is. This next one I'm gonna play. It shines some light on some other shit they got going on. Not that one. Where was this? 145. I'm gonna share it with y'all. I got this one. Candace, if you could bring up video number 6 for me.
Hey, this nigga finna be in this motherfucker talking African. This is gonna put translation gonna pop at the bottom. I got the cocaine. What?
Hey, all right. So check it out. So this is part 5. This is him talking to her. I think we might have heard a little bit of this, but we didn't hear the whole thing. I want to point this part out real quick. Can y'all hear it?
Nope. Oh, you gotta share it, nigga.
That's, and I said, yeah, I know. I'm going to start looking for a place on Monday. I mean, yeah.
Right.
It sounds like that first call.
Okay. So that means that he's saying that I'm guilty. That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah, this is the first call.
Well, no, he didn't say that.
We heard this.
Yeah. It was just shit I didn't point out. I wanted to point out. I was looking for something else. Right here. She's talking about putting her life back together, having to find an apartment. And this motherfucker is saying, yeah.
Steve Harvey think I'm guilty.
So basically, Steve Harvey thinks I'm guilty. Yes, motherfucker. Yes. And then they go on. It's just this part right here. This shit just confuses me.
Truth will come out. The truth will come out.
Right. I mean, I've seen all that. I've seen your boss go through a lot of shit too. Still standing.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, he
Harvey
wasn't being
fucking these bitches
judgmental.
too.
He didn't judge or anything, not to my face anyway. I've never gone through anything like this before, ever. Ever. My name in the papers associated with crimes and all this kind of stuff.
Your name in the paper. Put your name in the paper.
I mean, not the papers.
He gonna make sure he correct that real quick.
Yeah,
ain't nobody put your name in the paper.
Well, okay, on Facebook last night, it was on there, co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Are we listening to this again on purpose?
Shirley Strawberry, co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Yeah, you gotta point them out.
Yeah, I want to point things out.
Whatever.
Hey, so this motherfucker thinks this shit a secret?
Ain't nobody heard about me.
Nigga, this is your wife talking about people that actually know her. Motherfuckers be... What happened to Ernesto? You've been in jail for months at this time. Motherfuckers is curious. Also, you've been in the news, my G. Your wife is famous. She has a degree of notoriety locally. Also, your crime is so salacious locally that it's going to make the local news, thereby triggering national coverage. But it get wilder. The shit I think we just missed. But
You shouldn't be explaining this to this nigga. You should be looking at that nigga like James Evans.
all right, so check this part
Are
out.
you kidding
Fam, do
me?
you hear what he just
Yes.
said?
Wow. So
What you say?
No, I'm just saying you explaining to this nigga as if he's not flim flamming. If we not all listening to this nigga go, wow.
About some shit that he definitely already knows. They
Right.
took the truck. Wow, they told me to
This
do that
is
shit last week.
so you're not supposed to be explaining this shit to this nigga. You're supposed to be looking at that nigga like James Evans.
Shit. All right, check this part out.
yeah, they cut it off.
Well, yeah, I had to turn the comments off and all of that. If I don't feel like talking about it, I don't feel like talking about it. Period. I don't. You know, I mean, there are enough people out there, I'm sure, that are running their mouths. You know, it was all on my Instagram. I had to cut my Instagram off. You know.
Damn, it was
Hit you with a gram of what?
Are you kidding me? Yes.
wow. So yeah, they cut it off.
Well, yeah, I had to turn the comments off and all of that.
Turn off
Yeah.
the book face.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay, I got you. Wow. Okay then. Well,
Yeah, because they were saying really horrible things,
about me and you.
just hurtful things. Yeah, very hurtful, very damaging. You know, all of that. Just hurtful
No.
things, very hurtful,
Wow.
mean. I'll mean things. You know.
Damn.
So I just cut it off.
Who
Damn.
showed y'all that, Tosh?
Yeah, but
That was the hit was made right there.
Damn.
Who showed you that
You
shit?
cut your
Tasha?
Instagram off? That's deep. Nigga, you in jail. He's in jail. And he's feigning concern about an Instagram deactivation.
Shit, you telling him.
From jail.
That's the same shit he thinking, nigga.
From
Hey,
jail.
he like, bitch, I am in jail. And you
He don't care about
motherfucker
your
talking to
Instagram.
your goddamn Instagram. I can't cuss your stupid ass out because this bitch is over here talking about she ain't finna bring my son up here no more. Talking about she leaving. So if I cuss your ass out about this motherfucking Instagram shit, I'm about to lose both my bitches in the same week. Word, Instagram. Shit. You
Yep. Okay.
bullshit.
Candace, go ahead and play video 6. Started at 9:50.
I definitely ain't finna lose the slow bitch while I'm in jail. Word. Instagram. They hit you with a gram of what, bitch? Oh, it's for pictures? Oh, word. They took it down. Word. Man,
That's what they doing. Didn't even know it.
hey,
Man, that's such a surprise. Who would
hey,
have thunk?
hey, bitch, put $75 on your safe serve. I'm gonna have these motherfuckers call your number. I need you to have some money on there so you can answer. Buy me a noodle pack 7. Yes, 7. Noodle pack 7. It's the spicy pack. It's the one with the hot Cheetos, the one with the hot noodles, and the lemon packs.
You know way too much about jail. Go ahead and play. That was
first,
real
I guess.
specific.
But I don't have anything for them to come and get. What do I have? They said they were going to come and get my ring.
Man, them folks can't come get your damn ring. Come on, man. I ain't finna go through all that. That right
Well,
there. If they do that, fuck it. Say you can have the shit.
Pause it. Pause it.
yeah, I
Pause it.
am.
Pause it.
I
Pause it.
am.
Pause
You
it.
can have.
Pause it. This motherfucker started off saying they want your ring. I ain't finna go through that shit. I ain't like you not finna put up with it. You won't stand for them taking her ring.
Bring it down here.
You go do something about it.
Bring it down here.
They tell you got you 60. I think he about 58. You got a bedtime, my nigga. They tell you lights out, go to sleep. But you finna do something about this here ring.
You bring it down here. You slide it to Big Tony. and a bag of heroin. Now Tony is gonna give it to guard number 3. Guard number 3 is gonna trade it for some pussy in the L wing. The L wing, now see, that's where the kitchen's at. It's gonna go from the basement in the L wing to the mail room to the motherfucking coffee room outside to the warden. Warden's gonna look at it. He's gonna like, what the fuck is this ring? It's a guard there gonna walk in and say, hey, it's my ring. He's gonna take it to the kitchen. The kitchen's gonna take it there and trade it for a pack of noodles. It's gonna end up on my cell block, bitch. I'ma get the ring and the coke, and oh yeah, it's gonna be coke in there too. I'm gonna get the
Hey,
ring and the
hey,
coke and the heroin, and I'm gonna
hey,
be on.
hey. Why do you sound like the origin story of Morgan Freeman in Shawshank Redemption?
Hey,
Like, was this how he started with his
hey, this
smuggling? With his smuggling enterprise?
this nigga name is Ernesto. Don't he sound like a prime candidate?
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, go to 14 minutes on me real quick though. This shit was also wild. Hey, when I say like a minute, don't go to like the actual minute. Give it like 10 seconds before.
Yeah, but I don't have anything.
You
You
missed
know.
it. You're starting all over.
Yeah.
Forget everything. It's nothing can be salvaged at this point. It's okay. If your boss is trying to help you, just tell him straight up, I need help, I need this, I need to get away, I need to start all over, and I don't have anything. And you just tell me to take your last vehicle and tell it's the truth. You ain't lying. So if you need help, just get help. Because right now,
Pause
there's
it.
no
Pause it.
one
Pause it. Pause it.
help
Pause
right
it.
now
Pause it. Pause it.
that I see.
He is telling a 69-year-old woman to start from scratch. Scratch, man. Scratch? It's just like she's in her 20s. Like she just got put out of school on academic probation.
I'm saying
And
this
well, what you
world
got
don't
to do
work like
now is
we
you go
think
ahead
it
and
do.
pick yourself up and go ahead and dust yourself off and start on over again. I mean, you still got a lot of life left. A couple years at best. She ain't been married to this man for that long. I think she got with. I think they've been married maybe no more than 8 years.
I'm
She got
almost
with this
certain they in
nigga in her
syndication.
twilight. In her twilight, when she thought she had all of her shit set up.
Send the goddamn cation.
Securing my job. My boss like me. This motherfucker make $900,000 a second. We can
Fam,
be
and they
good.
can't afford. I hope this shit is being seized and not repossessed.
This shit is being seized and held over for potential. I believe. What they call that shit when you pay people back? Restitution.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Cause I'm hearing her say that she hopes Steve pay for it. Like there's some way that there's no funding for it. Now that is what I don't see the feasibility for. So I don't see it be. I hope the shit being seized and not repossessed.
Yeah, it's being seized. Because it's all the shit that they taking is in the company's name, his company's name, and when you in jail for fraud, I didn't know they could seize your shit like that, like your car you drive, and we just taking that motherfucker for now until we figure it out.
They
I
come
thought
and
they
get
did
our
that shit.
rings.
I thought they did that shit when you were found guilty of uh infraction or whatever. But
No, no, they freeze all your shit. That's the whole point of all this court case. They'll freeze your shit the whole entire time your shit is in court, just so you can't fucking fight.
that's some fucked up shit. But um, fast forward to 19 minutes real quick for me. Yeah, but they will do that shit so you can't fight. They handicap you. They'll kneecap a motherfucker real quick.
But she has ample proof that she makes something else. Is all I'm saying. And so
Hmm.
their homage shouldn't be in jeopardy. So there's
No,
got to
it's
be
just
something else going on.
what I believe is just everything that was in his company's name. So like the car that they took was in his company's name. The ring was supposedly written off of a bogus check. It was bought from a bogus check. The person whose check it was said, "Nah."
But on the onset, weren't they speaking of someone he? That's what confused me because they were speaking about he. I thought they were talking in third person. No, they were talking about Steve paying for the homes.
No, they were never talking about Steve paying for the homes.
Who were they talking about
You're
paying
talking
for
about
the homes?
you're talking about Steve's home. It's his actual home.
I thought they were mentioning her home that was in default and she having to move, and I think he's going to pay. No, that isn't what was being said.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You at the 19-minute mark? Because I found this be interesting too.
I get it.
Yeah, it's like we're married, it's like we're one. Talking about you is like talking about me. And it ain't even that I care so much about what people say about me, but I just don't like them talking about you. And maybe it's because, everybody's gonna, be saying, well, I told you it so, and I knew you shouldn't have married him, and blah, 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 blah. But, you
Miss
haven't
Day
done
was
that
right.
to me. You've always been nice to me and kind. And I haven't seen you treat other people badly. If you
Same
have,
shit they
it's
wrote on
because
Danny
they did
Masters and shit.
something to me or to prevent them from doing something to me. You've always been protective of me, you know?
I am.
Go ahead and
That's
pause
I
it.
am. And that's me. That's just me. But
Go ahead and pause it. She don't want to be wrong. What we listening to is a person's, and a lot of what you hear in the tape are a person's unwillingness to admit they fucked up. They made a bad decision. They were incorrect. They misjudged somebody. I fucked up.
He ain't never robbed me.
He ain't never robbed me, but I refuse to look. I refuse to look at all the shit in my face as evidence of this nigga do that shit for real. I'd rather believe that no, not my baby, not him. I know he had made some mistakes in the past because that motherfucker been to jail before. This is not new. He's been to jail already. Also, to give you a little bit of background, he's a barber whose claim to notoriety is a mobile barbershop that rides around in, I think, a semi. And they also, put some girls on your lap and let them dance on you while you get a cut.
Seems very unstable.
It seems very in line with his pimpish mentality. I, I just draw connections.
Sounds like they brother had a dream.
I, hey look. Haircuts and hoes, I think was the idea behind this business.
Hey,
Lineups and lap dances, and
look, 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 look.
I'm just saying they don't sound too far from pimping to me.
We got
And
Shirley and Ernesto. We had Phaedra and that motherfucker. Right now, all we got left is fucking Punk and fucking Jennifer Hudson, and they split up. But that nigga ain't committed no fucking crimes yet.
hey, he a
And then
Harvard educated lawyer.
exactly, he had his own money. So now these niggas is out here trying to fuck up the Stedman. They trying to fuck up the Stedman. What is that nigga from Atlanta Housewives that did it with Phaedra? Fucked up trying to fuck up Stedman. Now this nigga fucking up the Stedman. All
I
we
don't
got, all
I
we
don't know
got
the
is
nigga.
fucking Punk from
You know
uh
he ain't been with Jennifer Hudson in quite some time, right?
nigga. He's not a fucking fraud, and he didn't rob the bitch like everybody thought he was.
Oh, okay. Hey, look, I'm gonna say this. Dude had a lot more going for himself when he got with Jennifer Hudson than all these other motherfuckers.
Stedman got a lot of going for himself, but nobody ever looks at that. They always look like he's there for Oprah shit. That's the only comparison I'm making here.
We
Stay
don't.
on
Well, no,
task.
I'm with you. We don't know nothing about Stedman. That's why he gets that rap. David Untunga, though, he had a little bit more notoriety when he got with her. he was doing the wrestling shit, and then he started climbing the ranks in wrestling, and then it all fizzled out, and then they got divorced or whatever. But anyway, back to the task at hand. Uh, this one right here, pod it's fucking 7. I'm trying to feed through all 10 of these. We already at 7. Yay. Um, check this out. Just listen to it. I just wanted to play this part to show some more about this man.
Yeah.
That's they don't have a life, so
No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't.
she or something like that. Yeah, because of what she did, you got more cards. I
Oh,
know.
hell, yeah. But I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and be mad because guess what? They gotta pay for that later, not me. I
Yeah,
just
Can
gotta
y'all hear
deal
this?
with it whenever it comes through.
Hmm.
Yes.
Don't worry about that either. So that's
yeah,
all. It's all covering your
Creeped out
ass.
the name of this
Covering
website. I
your ass
mean,
too late for that.
one
So
called
yeah.
Phone
That's all
Calls.
right. It just is what it is. I only hear from her when it's time to pay her rent anyway. Yesterday, she had the kids on screen there, and she senses something is wrong, and oh my God, it's like, girl, I know the game. I know what you're doing. You do this once a month when it's rent time.
wow, wow. Well,
Yeah, but I'm the monster. I'm a monster. And I told Janie, I said, the funny thing is, I haven't done anything to any of these people. Not one.
that's true.
Not one. Not one of
That's
them.
true.
Only every single one that's talking all this noise are the ones that I helped, from Joe to Miles to Miles's mom to Sheridan to Panay to Tracy, all of them, and whoever else is in the mix. I helped all of them.
You have. I saw from my own eyes now.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if
I
AI
saw.
was to draw this motherfucking situation, if AI was to take the description of this situation and every other situation like this, and you was tell to draw a person, it would draw a fat bitch.
Hey, it would definitely it would that would definitely be it would definitely be a larger woman that you would think would put up with most of these things. Um, yeah. So he just continues. He consistently plays dumb about what's going on. Consistently, always does it. There's another call where she's on the phone with him trying to talk about the goings ons and whatnot, and him getting the bond and all this other shit. And he tells her, "Hey, call my brother real quick." So she calls him. Brother talks for a second, and then later that day, he calls his mistress. Mistress says, "Yeah, I was on the phone with your brother when your wife called him, because he was trying to tell her what was going on." And she was like, "Yeah, I know, I heard. I was on the phone with your brother when your wife called."
Oh, man.
So everybody knows this nigga. His brother knows, his son knows, ev- her daughter knows, her friends know, and she all while this motherfucker, I can't believe it, baby. They don't want to talk to you no more. They all trying to talk. They're all trying to say they don't want to be around me if I get out. Yes, nigga. Nobody
What?
wants to be around
Facebook?
you. And 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 he takes that and he gives it to her as, man, I don't understand why they don't want to be why they're not supporting you.
Fuck, they mad at
They're
you
not
for?
supporting her because she's supporting you and they know you guilty.
If they don't accept you at your worst, they don't deserve you at your best.
And that's
Hey
and
hoes ain't happy. Happy hoes ain't
Ain't hating.
hate. Just
ain't
start shit.
hating. But she stopped talking to this man around about April. And I have a bit of a theory as to why she stopped talking to this man around about April or so.
Text time.
Nah, not tax time. Um, another one of them drops came out, and I think that everybody talking about it tends to try to some of the everybody saying the same shit kind of starts to ring true. Like, wait a minute.
unchecked lie becomes the truth.
I am looking stupid out here. Maybe he ain't shit. But I think this will put it over the top. And it's gonna play into it. It's about a minute long almost.
And you know, Shorty sitting in the crib like, you see, yeah, bitch. He talking about
This is
marry
him talking
me.
to his girlfriend, by the way.
We can't hear that. We've got nothing.
Did y'all hear that?
No, we got
No,
nothing.
My
Hold on,
guess
hold on,
is
hold on.
that Shirley would love.
Yeah, BDC might call you.
Y'all can hear it?
we can hear it now.
Well,
We
I
see it
Okay.
now. We see
don't
everything
forget
here
in
now.
your spot with the position you play in my life. They can't. Nobody can't take their position that they're stronger 40 times. But I don't think God ain't bring me that. He brought me the season what I got right now. So guess what? I'm good. I don't need to be talking to everybody who don't understand my language. What's going on? That shit confusing. It's confusing and it's troubling. Not in the
Okay.
state of mind. Yeah, that I'm in. Just like I'm injured right now.
Injured.
Yeah, that's right. Material things, you can get that shit a thousand times over. It tells you that in the Bible and the Quran and all other religions.
You have 1 minute
Right.
remaining.
Okay, love,
He
love you.
reached the turn of
1
Muslim
minute.
party jail.
You gonna come
All
get
the
ready tonight?
bullshit ass
Yeah,
religions.
BDC might call you back. But okay, cool. He'll probably call you.
Oh, he'll call me, and then he's coming tonight.
Okay, all right, love you. Bye.
One.
Thank you for using.
That part of the end. The all right, love you. Bye. I don't care how much shit your wife is putting up with. She not putting up with you telling your mistress, bitch. All right, I love you. Bye. After looking at the records of what did I say?
20 hours.
92 calls to a certain number for 32 hours
Hey, bro, you
while you
remember me?
paying for the calls.
You remember me saying that he lived with her next door? You remember them saying he lived with her next door?
Hey, look, I remember them saying that. I don't know exactly how true that was.
They said it. That we don't need to even call it into question. They said it. They made it public knowledge.
Who is they?
Shirley Strawberry.
When did she say that? I don't recall her saying that.
We did a whole show about this shit.
I recall us saying that people said it, but I don't know if it was actually true. I thought that we said we didn't know if it was true, but this shit is wild if.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is shit that we know true. You definitely got a husband that was telling his mistress, I love you. He definitely has a mistress. We know that definitively now. And since about April or so, she maybe it was June. I don't know. I thought it was April, maybe April. But she said, "Yeah, I ain't been talking to that motherfucker, and divorce proceedings on the way." She is now referring to this man as her estranged husband,
Oh, there's some strange shit going on.
and and all that jazz. Is just I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back. The thing that really put it in their mind, like, oh shit, I'm a fool. I didn't been against my daughter. She went against her daughter on this shit. She lost her hairdresser behind this shit.
Mm.
The woman who did her hair asked her, said, "So what's going on with Ernesto?"
Nigga, she got a quarter-inch pixie. She be alright.
Nah, them be the
Nah,
one.
because them
Them be
the
the ones.
ones. Yeah, them be the ones that need to go to a very specific motherfucker.
Otherwise, you be in this motherfucker looking not feathery but fluffy, and that ain't good.
And this bitch looking like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hey, do we
Hmm.
have to pause this whole conversation now? We just all was too versed.
Hey,
Hey,
look.
I said quarter-inch pixie, and you neither one of you niggas blink. Oh, we gotta wash the filth off this whole show.
Hey, be what it is, man. Men
I,
can't be. We can't be progressive.
I
We
got a
can't know.
cousin.
We can't know what we like. We seen Neil along with that shit our whole lives.
Yeah, I have a cousin that specifically did that and that only before she opened up these restaurants. and she was a short haircut connoisseur, like a professional. She taught classes on that shit. Shout out to Shay. But yeah, yeah, know exactly what it is, and
Look at us breaking the barriers, breaking
mhm,
stereotypes, knocking down stereotypes with every episode.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. And
Hey,
shout out to him for keeping this bitch in line while in jail on the string that he has had her on.
hey, look. I think the Walls is gonna close in on one Mr. Ernesto.
Hey, y'all didn't hear that? Oh yeah, he gonna call you.
He can call you, tell you what it is tomorrow.
I keep telling y'all, it's like a goddamn script. It's like a Tubi movie. They. This is one life to live if it was black people.
Hey, yo, look. Speaking of Tubi movies,